Hey guys, doing today? I happen to not actually have more than one game this week since I looked at all of the material that I've had over the past 2 weeks, and I've determined that this is pretty much the only good game. What happens is on stream, all of the games end up being funny because I end up playing passerbys and I end up playing a few people, but like the quality between what determines a good game live, an entertaining, funny game live, versus what you get in your sub boxes on YouTube, I have two different criteria for those, and it just so happens that probably around 90 to 95% of the games that come through there ultimately don't make it on YouTube just because they're funny and ultimately not worth any kind of substance. This one, on the other hand, though, you can see a B-drill on the other side, and it's against Mega Karibo, who I've already played on the channel before, but it's like, you know what, it's going to be the regulars. You guys already know how it is. So, friendly reminder, if you do want to play me, twitch.tv/elodicolo is where I stream. You're welcome to try to catch me on there, and you can go ahead and battle and all that stuff. Anyways, I don't even remember what kind of... I think this might have been, like, mixed. I think this is probably what this was, like 1 OU, 2 UU, and like 3 RU or something. I really don't remember. It might have been 1, 3, and 2. But we had criteria for mixed, and I think we just ended up going at it. I think I was really feeling Mega Charizard Y that day, which is why I ended up bringing it. I think a game before this, I hit all of my Fire Blasts and my Focus Blasts, and I don't even think I missed Air Slash either, so Mega Charizard Y was pretty much on my good side. So I decided to bring that for my OU, and then for, you know, I brought 5 other things as well. But I lead off with, I almost called that thing Beartic. No, I lead off with Beware, and I'm noticing that it is a Celebi, does have access to Psychic, does have access to Stab Psychic. I have a special defensive Empoleon that happens to have Defog, so it's pretty prepared for Celebi. In fact, I actually have it mainly to prepare for Celebi, just because I can take any hit it wants to go for pretty comfortably, defog away, and scare out whatever it wants to go into U-turn into with the Yawn, which is what I end up doing there. It crossed my mind that I think Wishy-Washy does get access to Earthquake, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to defog here because it's not a stab Earthquake. I know this thing is pretty offensive. I wasn't sure whether or not it was going to knock me out from full, truthfully. But I ended up taking a U-turn instead on the Yawn. Not sure if he was expecting... Or, you know what? I Yawn on the previous turn. I think I ended up being faster. So, U-turns out into Volcanion. That's fine. Rocks are off the field. And I'm not really liking the position I'm in, because I think I actually am either mono-attacking or dual-attacking. And if I do have a second attack, it's Ice Beam, which is not going to do me any good here against a Water Absorber and something that times 4 resists Ice. But the one thing I do want to do here is get my rocks up, and at least I'm in Torrent range now, and I have something to sack for later. It also lets me see what kind of Volcanion this is, because I am a specially defensive one. And given the fact that an Unstab Earth Power does that much, I'm inclined to believe it's Specs, which is a very potent Volcanion set. It's one that I don't really like running into because I usually don't have a lot of switch-ins for it. I'm also kind of realizing right now that outside of Gengar, and probably to an extent Charizard, the rest of my team is really slow. But it's really weird kind of seeing Gengar and Yu now that I think about it. But I'm going to go ahead and set up a sub on the Celebi. I had a feeling it was going to end up getting scared off by this. I'm thinking I might be mono-attacking with only Giga Drain. Otherwise, I feel like I would have seen that on the Beartic initially. There was nothing... Or Beartic. I knew I was going to say Beartic on the Beware. But I didn't see it. So that's why I felt pretty safe going for that. And I'm going for sub on the switch to Silvally, and I end up hitting my Focus Blast, which, hey, you know what? That always leads for good times. I like it when, you know, decent plays with sub are rewarded with also even better plays of Focus Blast actually hitting. How about that? Good shit. Anyways, Goodra comes in. I immediately think right off the bat, okay, this is coming in because it is probably Assault Vest. So I'm going to go ahead and see how much a Sludge Wave does to it, slash if I can get the 10% poison. That would be amazing. I don't think I'm going to, and honestly, that's a Life Orb Sludge Wave off of a Gengar, and it does like next to nothing. It's actually kind of terrifying how little it does. But I don't want to waste a free sub, especially since I don't have Pain Split on this, and I think I'm 3 attacks Life Orb. So I might as well put that sub to use and get a little bit of damage off, slash get a roll on poison if that's at all possible. Which, you know, it kind of is, but 10% is not too much to rely on. So I'm going to decide to go out in Empoleon right now. This is probably one of the more reliable times I can do this, just because, you know, if I end up being faster than it and I end up getting a Scald off, which I don't think is going to end up happening. I think it just ends up killing me off with a T-Bolt. But I wasn't Scald range. No, I have Scald. That's me. I'm the one that Scalds. I'm the one with the ability Torrent, which would have been able to hit it with a boosted Scald. But honestly, I didn't really care either way what was happening. I just wanted to safe switch into Beware because I am a Choice Banded one. I can go for Double Edge immediately after, or a Shadow Claw. I think I ended up going for a... Did I go for a Double Edge? I think I ended up going for Double Edge because he actually doesn't have any kind of resist to Double Edge. So I'll take my free kill here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I was really praying to do like solid damage to Celebi if he really valued his wishy-washy that much more over it. But it turns out he just tries to stay in on the off chance that he might end up taking it. Or he just didn't want his Celebi to take damage, knowing that Gengar and Charizard are probably the only two things that are going to be able to take it on. And I had a feeling in the back of my mind that it might have been Thunder Wave Celebi, but I didn't really know for sure until I decided to switch in my Charizard right now. Because I was like, okay, I'm going to be in before rocks. And it does have the Thunder Wave. This doesn't surprise me. T-Wave Celebi has been around pretty much as long as I can remember. Every time I've seen a Celebi, there's always been a pretty moderate to high possibility it's just going to go ahead and threaten the faster fire types with the T-Wave. And then just either U-turn out of there or set up the Stealth Rocks, whatever it wants to do. Celebi sets haven't really changed too much over time. I think the only variations of them I've ever seen have had like Baton Pass or Heal Bell. But honestly, I see like Stealth Rock, Giga Drain, like U-turn T-Wave, or you know, some variants that have like Recover or Psychic or whatever have you. There's like 8 to 10 moves that this thing likes to run, and it turns out he just gets free rocks on there too, because I was about to cook his ass with a Fire Blast. And he just sets him up right in my face. So it's like, okay, well, I don't really have any other option here now that the Stealth Rocks up now that the Stealth Rocks are up, other than to just attack. So I think what I ended up going here is I ended up going for an Air Slash, actually predicting this thing to come in. Even though it is a Sun Boosted Fire Blast, I didn't expect it to do that much. And I mean, I'm still slower than this thing, so it's kind of shitty. I know I'm going to be able to live one and you know what, I get paralyzed too. So Charizard actually did nothing this game, thanks to the fact that 2 very timely paralysis, is that a word? I think that's a word. Point being, I only got 1 Air Slash off with my Mega, and that freaking sucks. But thanks to the fact that my Stealth Rocks are up, and I have a Tyrantrum around, and I have a Beware with Fluffy that can resist the Bug-type moves, I still have pretty solid switch-ins to his Mega Beedrill. So just as he wasn't scared of my Mega, thanks to some, you know, pretty timely yellow colors going on there, I'm not scared of his because I do have switch-ins for it. And as long as I keep my Tyrantrum at a good amount of HP, I can take a Poison Jab, I can take a U-turn, I can take a knockoff. I don't know about a Drill Run. We'll find out. Or at least that's what I was thinking at the moment. I'm not sure if I actually ended up taking a Drill Run. But it turns out, no, you know what? I think I just ended up dying straight to an Earth Power because I wanted to switch in something else. So at this point in my mind, I was like, I don't want Volcanion to immediately just kill anything else. So I wanted to save switch into my Raichu because I can just go ahead and go for my Z-Move right now. This is my Z move on this guy, and I really like it, but honestly, I think it's probably better with Life Orb or Specs. I wanted a Z move to use, and I really like Alolan Raichu, so I was like, you know what, let's use some kind of exclusive, cool-looking thing. And he doesn't switch. I figured I was going to get a good amount of damage off on Celebi at least, but maybe he just didn't want Celebi taking extra damage or a predicted Hidden Power Ice or something like that. I don't know. I don't have Hidden Power Ice on this one. I think I actually have T-Bolt, Volt Switch, Grass Knot, and Psychic. I have Grass Knot. I changed it from HP Ice because of Rhyperior and, you know, the ×4 grass weaknesses that happen to be floating around in RU. So the fact that I brought it up a tier, sort of, in a sense, means that I kind of have the wrong move in that slot, but it's okay. We'll do what we can there. Anyway, Beedrill comes in, and this is the one thing that I was the most scared of going into this game, but I figured as long as I have Beware around, all of Beedrill's moves, as far as I know of, are contact except for Drill Run. I think Drill Run might count. I don't remember, but as you can see, that is a Mega Beedrill's U-turn, and that was a critical hit. I think I should be okay as long as I don't put too much of a burden on Beware here. And I think I ended up going for a... No, you know what? That was a switch-in, so I didn't end up going for anything. Whatever the case, I don't want Celebi around. I know it's got T-Wave, so I need to plan accordingly after this. It is still a 3-2, but I decide I'm going to go for a Choice Banded Shadow Claw anyway. I don't think he has Psychic. He would have revealed it by now. And I really wanted to see how much Shadow Claw was going to do, because I know since I'm a Choice Banded Beware, I would have been able to knock out Beedrill with just about anything. And I just really wanted to gauge if it was a physically defensive or especially defensive Celebi, because I don't think I've actually hit it. I was supposed to kill it with my Charizard, but as you can see, sometimes plans just don't go your way, you know? I go out to Gengar right now because the odds of him double T-waving pretty low. Odds of him going for an offensive move right there, or going for Recover, or for U-turn if he has it, pretty high. U-turn would have actually been very bad. But at least oh, you know what? I get Cursed Body on the Giga Drain. I completely forgot about that too. As tempting as it is to go for a sub, I actually want to be able to just knock this thing out straight away. So I end up just going for a Shadow Ball and finally knocking it out. So all he's got left is the Mega Beedrill at this point. I'll let him kill off the Gengar if he wants to. Just to get the safe switch and a Beware to be able to close off the game. And that's actually, it's a pretty simple 2 turns, and I think I kind of got a little bit ahead of myself there, but I think we kind of figured out how that was going. As long as I had Beware around, I had the game under wraps, and it had to be at a decent amount of HP too. So there's your introduction to Mega Beedrill, I guess. Oh my god, I got 2 Cursed Bodies. I completely forgot about that. I think it's the same odds as Flame Body or Static, so that's kind of cool. But it also means now that Drill Run is freaking Cursed Body disabled, I don't have to worry about whether or not it's a contact move, because it can't just go for it in the first place. So the best thing he could have gone for is Poison Jab. It does a lot. A crit would have killed me there, but I'm able to just go for a Double Edge and clean it out. I realistically could have gone for anything else. I just maybe wanted thumbnail material for Double Edge if I ended up living it. Yes, I did. Beware's dope. So that's the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was probably a pretty basic one, but it was super fun on stream. If you did enjoy it, you can leave a like rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I'm sorry I don't have another game this week. I'm going to try to get more this Saturday. I am definitely live streaming this Saturday. I've made as many plans possible to make that work and, you know, kind of get accommodations going for that. So stay tuned to your sub boxes. Follow on Twitter, all the social media down there if you want to be in the know for when that happens. And I think that should do it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.